Alright guys, so
perfect. All right.
we're starting
All right, I really appreciate it. Thanks.
a new build on my buddy's Trooper.
I can't stay.
So we went in and priced out our parts. There's a spot over across town on the west side of town called Mr. Engine, and sells to the public. And they got piston rings for 52 bucks, rod bearings for 12 bucks, main bearings for 25. Called O'Reilly. Yeah, they're not in stock. AutoZone, they'd have to order them in advance. They'd have to order them as well. We're gonna go with them. They also have to order them, but they'll be here tomorrow morning, and they're a lot cheaper. I mean, the price of the piston rings are literally a third the price of AutoZones, which are like 180 or advanced. Sorry. So yeah, it's kind of be. We're gonna pull the motor tonight and get the other motor prepped, and then tomorrow we'll put the other motor in and try to get it running tomorrow. And yeah, I'll just record the whole thing and we'll see how it goes.
Scar or anything? I'm gonna reverse.
So this is our progression. We have the valve covers off, radiators out, belts out, power steering pumps out, alternators out. All we have left to get this motor out is disconnect the stock exhaust manifolds, and after we do that, then we disconnect them from the tranny, and then the sucker will be out. And
Explain why we're taking the manifold out before pulling the motor. Just because we have an engine on the stand.
Oh, you gonna put that in there? That engine in there?
Yeah.
we have an engine on the stand, that's why we're taking the manifold off.
To do all the work to the engine while it's...
Oh, yeah. My bad. So that way we could completely assemble the motor without having, because we're kind of just going to set this one off to the side and throw it away pretty much, because it's like, let me show you the bearings. Where are the bearings at? So, that's what the bearing, so, I don't think bearings are supposed to look like that, but hey. And then there's, you know, the copper, because bearings consist of copper, if you didn't know that. Dude, I wonder if we can like take this to the scrapyard and scrap it in to get meth. I'm just kidding. That's what the slightly used one. This is what the rod bearing out of the 3.4 looks like. So we're just taking the manifold off, so that way we can put it on there, completely assemble this motor, throw it into here, maybe get this thing running. But obviously not tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna pick up some parts in the morning to finish this monster. Alright guys, so we are progressing. Heads are off, intake manifolds off, all the bolts are, it's ready to come out. We just have to, you know, pull it out. So this is all we're pretty much going to do for tonight. Might clean up the engine bay a little bit, just like degrease it and whatnot. But anyways, that's what we're doing. Just a little update. So we got the motor out.
Almost.
So the motor's out. Well, out through the bottom. As you can see, it kind of dropped out. We don't really care about this motor that much because it's already spun bearings twice. We fixed it, and this is just a lost cause for this motor. But we are really concerned about the clutch plate, so that's why we let it down slowly out the bottom. And obviously we had our front axle out because we just got finished. This is our front axle. Where is it at?
Oh, everything's under the table.
All of our axle stuff's underneath there from the welding axle video. That's the motor. Here's all the oil.
Not too bad. It's been pretty clean today.
Alright, it's officially out. There's no more motor in the truck. It's over there on that little dolly. There's the new motor. There's the rod that we got to replace on it. Everything seems to be well. We're going to take these pistons out, hone it. These are the heads. They are pretty fresh looking. And this is how it came out of the junkyard, because we just pulled this motor out of a junkyard. And we found out that it was hydro locked. And I mean, the heads don't look that bad. So now it's time to do the part that sucks, which is clean up the big mess we made. So we'll do that. Those are the two. The rod that we're going to replace needs to go on this piston, that rod. But this piston, the bore, is too small for the new motor. So we've got the old motor torn down. Right now we're replacing the rod that was on the bent piston that I showed you guys. We're heating this up so the metal will expand, so that way we can put the new wrist pin in there and it'll go smooth. So I'm just heating this up, getting it really hot. That way it's going to expand, it's going to slide in hopefully fairly easy. Dude, we're over here working on the truck and check this out. This is what we got going on. Motor's mounted. It's connected. We were having a lot of trouble getting it connected, but the pilot bearing was very snug against the input shaft on the transmission. We have these custom valve covers just so that we can adjust it while it's running. That way we don't have oil.
Valve flash.
Yeah. The TBI throttle body injection is on.
Also
We
known as
got
toilet bowl.
we got the old water pump on because we couldn't figure out off rip. There's a pulley that goes on there, and the other water pump that we have is like recessed, so it's smaller. You can see how much farther, so that fits on there. And as you can see, that one doesn't stick out nowhere near as far, so it kind of sits back a little bit farther, and it's just kind of hitting it. Hopefully we can get it started tonight. We just got to hook up the exhaust manifolds to the pipes that run down to the exhaust, obviously, and then we don't really need a radiator to start it, but it'd probably be a good idea to put it in just so that we don't got to deal with it tomorrow or whenever. But yeah, it's going pretty well. This is the 3.4 in the Isuzu, which originally came with a V6 2.8 liter V6. They're both 60-degree motors. This motor that we're putting in here came in the 1995 Camaro. It's the V6, their base model, I would imagine, because who gets a V6 in a Camaro? Let's be honest. But it turns out that you can use that motor and it bolts right up to this transmission, bell housing, and it works just fine. That motor comes fuel injection, so we have to use our manifold, which is the TBI manifold, and also comes with a cap over the distributor because it has coil packs. So there's a plug for the distributor, and it has a different manifold that accepts the injectors. So yeah, we're going along. This is day 4, day 5?
Some crap up.
Day 4. We've kind of just been, not really giving it our all. I mean, we've been giving it our all, but we've just been having headache after headache. But it's been taking a little bit longer. while we were there, we kind of installed these cool LED lights on his roof, so that way whenever we're working outside here, we have, you know, nice vibrant light. He also has them in his garage over there, which is it's awesome lighting. It's really cool. So that's that, guys. We'll probably get another video how we get it running and get it dialed in, you know, the valve flash set and all that, and tweaked and tip top. And then after that, we'll probably do an axle video, because in the video before we did a welding the axle, the front axle, and then we'll probably install it. And then once we do that, hopefully Steven won't break any parts before then, so that way we can actually take this thing out and see what it does. So, alright guys, we got everything ready. We are just hooking up the last pieces, tightening up the distributor, getting that set. We're gonna do a startup right now. Hopefully this thing will fire up. We haven't fired it. We tried to fire it once. It had like a little hiccup, this and that. The distributor wasn't tight. It's not on timing. We're dialing that in. And yeah, I'm gonna set the camera down over here. Yeah, let's get this thing started. Cool. So I got the camera mounted. Let's try and start this. Let's see what we get. Nice.
That oil, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
so
you got super high pressure on that, which is good. You want that.
But the reason I was rocking it was just so things can get oiled and not
Yeah.
be aggressive.
Yeah. So I think we're good. I think we just need to, you know, put the water in it, or antifreeze, or whatever you want to use. That's awesome. We're back at it again.
Here, you find what, traffic?
No. We're just back at work on the motor again. What do you need me to do?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out which way I want it to go. Here, take this. Here.
You want me to tighten it or no?
Yeah, I'll put it on. And wrench it. Well, here, tighten it up down here.
Back at it again. Day 5. Motor's ready. Motor's in. Radiator. You're ready to go in. I think we're almost done. After we put the radiator in, the truck starts up fine, idles fine. All the valves are adjusted. The only other issue we have is a little exhaust leak on one of the gaskets. Other than that, we've powered through with a swap. There it is. So everything's in, radiator's in, everything's done. This is a 3.4 into a 2.8 Isuzu. The 3.4 is out of a V6 Camaro. And she's running good. She's running on her own. No overheating. Oil pressure's a little low, but so be it. Nothing to complain about or cry about. There she is.